Google Forms provides many types of inputs, one of them are radios and checkpoints. Hello everyone, today, CodeJourney is going to teach how to create radios and checkpoints inputs. So first, let's understand what is radios and checkpoints. Radios are basically options for you to select, like below. You can select any options, then when you select another option, it will unselect the original option. This is called radio inputs. Now for checkpoint inputs, it's a multi-option. You can select more than one option, something like this. Unlike radios, it wouldn't unselect the original option. Now how do we create radio buttons? We are going to pass the input tag as radios are one of the inputs type. First, we add a label tag, and of course, inside the tag, we should add an input tag. Please remember that an input tag is a self-closing tag, means it is no need to add a closing tag for our input tag. Now we should specify our input type. To do this, we add an attribute name called type and give it a value of radio. Next to the input tag, add the text you want to be displayed in the web. We have gone through lots of steps already and we are not yet done. It's easy to get lost. If you are lost, you can refer to the example below. Now we should add another attribute called name, and give it a value of anything you want. You should give the same name to your radio inputs to make them a question, and another name for a different selection of radios. Now here is a bonus knowledge, you can use the BR tag to insert into a web page. Now below is a complete code of our radio inputs. Now let's move on, how to create checkbox inputs. Creating checkbox inputs are very similar to creating radio inputs. It will be easy to learn how to create checkbox inputs if you have mastered how to create radio inputs. First of all, we create a label tag, and inside the tag, we should add an input tag. For our input tag, we add a type attribute and give it a value of checkbox. This specifies our input type as checkbox. Beside our input tag, we should add the text that we want to be displayed on the web. Then, we add a name for each selection of checkbox too, even if it's multiple choices to prevent bugs. Below is an example of how our code should look like. Now let's move the next topic. Checking a radio and checkbox inputs. This method can be used for both the inputs. To check them, we should add an attribute name called checked but don't give it a value. Below shows a radio and checkbox input which have been checked. Now first question, what's a tag to create both radios and checkboxes? The second and third option is confirm wrong because this tag can create both of them. Remember that radios and checkboxes are part of inputs, so the answer is input. Number 2, what does the name attribute do? We said that we use them to select a selection of radios for one question. Which of the below options best suits our answer? It's probably the third option. Specify the inputs are under one same question and will unselect an option when the other option is selected. Checkpoint number 3, what is the attribute to check an option when a user haven't started filling it? We said it's the check attribute. The third and fourth option are check, and we should check the option that have ed. Now the fourth question is asking us to create radio inputs. So first, we start with a label tag and add an input tag inside it. After that, we add an attribute called type and give it a value of radio, and add a name attribute and give it a value of 1 as the instruction told us to. Outside the tag, we should add the text that we want to be displayed in the web. I will just put A. Now I copy and paste this 2 more times and change the text. Done! It's short and sweet creating a radio. Now last question, it's asking us to create 3 checkbox inputs with any text but give all the inputs a name of 2. This is also simple. First we add a label tag. Inside the label tag we add an input tag. Inside the input tag, we add a type attribute and give it a value of checkbox. We should also add another attribute called name and give it a value of 2 as the instructions stated. After that, add the text you want outside the input tag. Repeat doing this 2 more times. I will just copy paste it and change the text. Done! We got 5 out of 5. Now this is the end of our video. If you are enjoying this video and learned something new, You are welcome to like and subscribe to our channel. Remember, we always provide a free webpage to learn coding, always! I just like how we build forms every time. Goodbye!